If you watched my market predictions for 2024 a little bit ago about the Chicagoland real estate market, you know that I talked about and I predicted that 2024 would be the year of the Chicago suburbs. It's about a month into 2024, and I feel like my predictions are on par with that statement. I feel like there's a lot of families and individuals looking to make that move and evacuating the city of Chicago for the suburbs. Rates have been trending in the right direction ever since the start of the year, and there's a lot of articles out there that anticipate that interest rates will be in the high 5s, low 6%, but at the end of the day, no one has a crystal ball, and every single day I feel like I'm having more and more conversations with families and individuals looking to make that lateral movement from the city of Chicago to the suburbs. While I have been a suburbanite my whole life, I don't anticipate myself leaving the Chicago suburbs ever or anytime soon. But in today's video, I want to go over some things why prospective families and individuals are looking to make that move from the city to the suburbs, what makes the suburbs so great, and if you had any thoughts about making that lateral movement from the city of Chicago to the suburbs, this video is for you. Hi guys, I'm Blankenship, a Chicagoland realtor helping people just like you relocate to and move in and around the Chicagoland area, and I want to be your real estate agent when the time comes. So call, text me, shoot me an email. All my information is down below in the description. But to lay it all out there to start, it feels like the Chicagoland real estate market is absolutely crazy as we are about basically a month into 2024 as I'm making this video. It feels like buyers are just coming from everywhere out of the woodwork, and a big part of that is people relocating from the city of Chicago here to the areas that I service the most. The first thing I find of Chicagoans making a move to the suburbs is truly to just get more space in their home. And this has to be a pretty obvious one because you're probably trading your 2-bed, 2-bath condo that's worth between $500,000 to $600,000 for, at the same price, a 4-bed, 2.5-bath home with a yard as well as a basement. When it comes to homes here in the Chicagoland area, what I typically see a lot of buyers look for, especially relocating from the city of Chicago, and with the conversations I have, is they're focusing on these two items right here. One is a dedicated mudroom to, take off your shoes, hang up your coats, and everything else that you want to do, as well as an additional bedroom or a dedicated office space, because a lot more people are truly working from home right now. Look, and I get it though. I firmly believe that Chicago is the best city in the world, and yes, I am biased, from the museums to the food scene to night activities to kind of everything you want. Lake Michigan, there's so much to do in the city of Chicago. But with a lot of people truly working from home over the past few years, whether it's 2 days in the office or no days at all in the office, people are really taking, really more in tune insight on the space in their home. And the office space is totally huge there, because if you're a 2-bed, 2-bath condo and it's you, your significant other, maybe you have kids, maybe you have dogs, but if you guys are both working from home, one person's probably in the kitchen, the other person's in the bedroom, or both people are one in the bedroom and one in the additional bedroom as well. And while the space is key, saving additional money as well is not a bad thing to say also, because I notice a lot of condos in the city of Chicago have, not just higher property taxes, but also a pretty high HOA with all of the different amenities that these condo buildings have in the city of Chicago. And coming here in the suburbs, typically you won't be seeing an HOA depending if you live in a condo or townhome, but practically majority of the single family homes here don't have a HOA, and if they do, it's usually minimal compared to what you're used to in the city of Chicago. And like I said, for maintenance-free living with condos and townhomes, as well as single family homes here in the suburbs, there's something for everyone that fits your need perfectly. And then one thing I think is awesome in my opinion when it comes to the suburbs is that all these different suburbs here have their own little downtown areas, and majority of these downtown areas have a metro right in the downtown area, making it easy to get access to the city of Chicago if you didn't want to drive. I'll speak on the western suburbs where I live, work, and play, but there are towns like Naperville, Downers Grove, Glen Ellen, and Wheaton that all have their own downtown areas that are unique to each suburb. You go a little farther west and you get St. Charles and Geneva, and they both boast their own incredible, cute little downtown area with a lot of amenities, different places to eat, and a lot of different activities for friends, family, and date nights as well. And one of the pros, honestly, is that all these different suburbs are opening up restaurants that have a little more feel when it comes to dining or going out in the city of Chicago. Places like Burger Social in Wheaton, Maze and Mash in Glen Ellen, and Pierce Tavern in Downers Grove are just some of the few restaurants/bars that truly embrace that downtown Chicago feel when it comes to dining and going out for drinks in the city of Chicago. So they're bringing it from the city to the suburbs here, and it's pretty awesome to see. Seriously, I'm a huge foodie, so I'm going to all these places all the time, as west of St. Charles and all the way east to Oak Park. I'm pretty much trying everything, honestly. So if you want a list of my favorite places to eat, just call or text me whenever. More than happy to give you that list, or suggestions if you are visiting here from the state of Chicago to, just enjoy some things here in the suburbs as well. You get some fine, great dining options here in the suburbs and the downtown areas, as well as a lot of events that go on every single year, especially during the spring, summer, and fall time when it's a little easier to be outside. If you just had thoughts about making a move to the suburbs, you should come out here one weekend from the state of Chicago and just go enjoy the different downtown areas here that the suburbs offers. And the cool thing about it is that, if you're looking at downtown Naperville, you're not far at all from downtown St. Charles and Geneva, downtown Glen Allen, downtown Wheaton, as well as downtown Lisle as well. So they're all in a relative proximity to one another. And before I get into the next reason I want to talk about why people are leaving the city of Chicago for the suburbs, is that if you haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button. Leave a like, because it'll tell YouTube I am doing a good job of making this video kind of thing, and I will be extremely grateful for that like as well as subscribe. And a lot of the calls I get from families is that, one, is that they're trying to get out of the hustle and bustle of the city of Chicago, and then number two is that a lot of times these families are looking to get into the public school districts here in the suburbs. The Chicago suburbs boasts some highly rated public schools, whether you're looking at niche.com or greaterschools.com, but here's a list of DuPage County schools right here for the top schools in DuPage County. You can see a lot of these schools are ranked at least an A. Look, I grew up in the public schools here, specifically the Glen Allen School District, and I feel like I came out pretty okay. I will say too, is that I do get a lot of calls from families looking to make that lateral movement from the city of Chicago to the suburbs, specifically for schools. And a lot of times these families have already done their due diligence in what specific school district that they want to be in. So basically what we're doing from there is that we're drawing out parameters of different towns to really make sure that every single home they're looking for actually feeds into that specific public school that they're looking for. And even if you don't know, and you know that schools is kind of big and firm on your list, don't worry, just reach out. I can give you a list of resources that will help you out when it comes to, making a move here to the suburbs, and if you're looking for schools and stuff like that. I mean, if you have towns that are, in your bucket list, whether it be like Downers Grove, and you're probably looking at Wheaton, Glen Allen as well, is I can give you a list of all the different schools around the area. And typically what my clients do are they're either calling the schools, going on the Facebook group and asking, and just really hammering down and figuring out what is perfect and what is right for them and their kids. And here's a pro tip while house hunting for a specific school district, is that let's say if you're looking for District 200 schools, which is Wheaton, there are also parts of Carroll Stream that filter into District 200, as well as Warrenville that filters into District 200 as well. So depending on what town you're looking for in a specific school district, that main town might not just be the only town that is filtering into that specific school district. One last thing that I want to touch on is that a lot of individuals and families are, really from the Chicago suburbs in general. And these phone calls that I get is that I typically ask the first question is, what got you thinking of making a move here? And a lot of times people are saying that they just want to get closer to family. Whether than being 45 to 60 minutes away from all their family west into the suburbs, a lot of people want to be much more closer, whether it be 10 to 15 minutes, that much closer to their family. So what other reasons do you think people are leaving the city of Chicago for the suburbs? Are you looking to leave the city of Chicago for the suburbs? And let me know in the comments down below what's got you thinking about making that move here. I mean, I know there's a lot of different reasons for different type of people, and there's no wrong answer to this. And if you have thoughts about making that lateral movement, whether it be next week or next year to the suburbs from the city of Chicago, I'd love to be a real estate agent. I'd love to serve you. So just give me a call, shoot me a text, message me on email. All my information is down below in the description. Watch one of these videos up here. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Hit the subscribe, leave a like, drop a comment down below, and I will see you guys on the next video.